at the end of the day, he can administer the rules and regulations, the financial rules and regulations on Barcelona and every other club, as he has been doing, as Sid mentioned, and he has been strict. But when they sign, if they sign a player, how are you going to make it work? You know, are you going to be able to register these players, this player and that player? This is just hearsay at the moment. Why is the guy, the top Johnny at La Liga, getting involved in hearsay around other clubs' potential signings? We understand, and everybody understands, and Barcelona understand more than anybody. I'm sure, I mean, I would like to think they do, by this stage, with all the problems they've had, that there are certain criteria that have to be met. And they understand if they can't meet that criteria, Daniel, then they're not going to be able to register or sign, or certainly register and play the player. Once it gets to that point, then it's a problem for Tebas. Yeah. This is not. This is just transfer talk. This is just potential negotiations. This is just a game of bluff between clubs, players, agents. We're way off the stage. He's got to, at the moment, he's got to worry about whether Barcelona can make this work.
How far are Barca off meeting that criteria to bring Lewandowski in, Sid?
A very, very long way. Except that, of course, a very long way as things currently stand. And one of the key parts of what Tebas said today was a dia de hoy. In other words, taking things as they are today. Barcelona can't do this. So now, how do you sort that out? As he said himself, it's talking about increasing income and selling assets if needs be. Now, Barcelona have talked quite a lot over the last, what would it be, 2-3 weeks about what they describe as palancas, leverage economically. How do they make the money to be able to make this happen? Well, part of it was the sale of 49% of Barca Studios. They now will put to the members' assembly a general members' assembly, which they're calling for the second week of June, whether or not they sell Barca licensing and merchandising, 49% of that, and whether they sell 25% of future TV rights. Now, they believe, according to their calculations, that this could raise as much as 700 million euros. Now, at that point, of course, things change and change dramatically. But Barcelona are still in a very difficult position. Now, to try and give you the basic numbers, Barcelona's actual salary mass is around about 450, 500 million euros at the moment. Their salary limit, in other words, what they're allowed to spend on their squad, is minus 144. Now, that doesn't mean this is what you're actually spending. It means that's where we calculate in terms of allowing you to bring new people in. Because they're on a minus number, any money that they invest in players has to be demonstrated that they have saved 4 times that much to do so. In other words, let's say for argument's sake that Lewandowski cost them 10 million euros. They have to be able to demonstrate that they saved 40 million euros before they can commit that 10 million euros. Now, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but that's basically how it works. So in other words, the answer to your question, can they bring in Lewandowski, is no. But if they can move things out or generate sufficient money to push that number back up and to be able to get back into the black, then yes, they can. The problem is that's a very, very difficult process.
But that's why Tebas should be answering questions as not naming individual clubs. Yep. That's not his job. He should be answering any questions that come his way about players coming to La Liga in a way, in my opinion, by saying something along the lines of, well, every club is well aware of the criteria that has to be met. It's almost like a personal vendetta at the moment for him because of Barcelona's financial woes and him showing this strong-arm tactic, which is not a problem. If you have rules and regulations, then yeah, you've got to try and make sure clubs stick to them. But you have to be more, I think, when you're the man that's in charge of the governing body of the league, you have to be more generic, I think, in your answer. It's not just Barcelona and Real Madrid. There's a host of other clubs, and you should be talking about these clubs in a very generic manner, not in a very personal manner by saying, oh, Barcelona can't sign him. Oh, Valencia can't sign him. Yeah. The clubs know the strict criteria that we have set down, and they have to meet it.
We won't speak to Shaka about budgeting because obviously still can't afford AC as the summer is here.
It just doesn't switch it on. Some money.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.